Welcome back to the channel. Do you love trees? 13 years ago, my husband and I moved to this property. There were only 2 trees that were alive. Since then, we've planted hundreds of trees. Today, I'd like to go over 10 of those trees and the pros and cons of each. Stay tuned, and we'll go through that right now. Of all the fast-growing trees I have, the Cheyenne privet is probably one of my favorites. I just planted these number 2 container shrubs 1 year ago in July. I'm in September right now. And they have grown like 2 or 3 feet. I've pruned them twice. And they grow beautiful. They're going to fill in, I think by next year I'm going to have them touching side to side. On the sides I planted these 5 feet on center. And they're already starting to get tight in some of the locations. I could have planted them 3 feet on center, and when I plant another hedge line, I probably will. If you're looking for an all-season shrub or 4-season shrub, this is one for you. And this spring, this has beautiful white flowers on it, and then this summer it turns into these beautiful berries. And you can create jam with the berries, but I don't. I leave them for the birds. The birds won't eat these berries until early spring. They have to go through a really hard frost, which breaks down some of the tissue to make it more palatable to the birds. So when they come through in the spring and they're looking for something to eat, they have these delicious berries. Very beautiful. When we start getting into fall, these will turn a beautiful red color, which gives you the autumn season. So it really is truly a 4-season shrub. Lots of beauty. I also use some of these branches with the berries on it for Christmas decorations, as the red berries are always useful for that reason. One of my latest plantings just last year were these Wintergreen Boxwoods. And I had a little dieback because I didn't cover them, but I'll cover them this winter. They're supposed to maintain their green form all winter long. Here's an example of our white pines, which are very majestic and one of my favorites. White pine is a great add for a sandy soil or heavy clay. It really will go almost anywhere. It's got probably the most disease resistant of most of the evergreen trees. And they grow pretty tall. These spruce trees, which are Black Hill spruce, have a fungal infection. And that's why they look sparse like this. I highly recommend avoiding spruce trees, all spruce trees if you can. The Minnesota Arboretum is stating these trees are not surviving in the north here outside of Colorado or the mountainous regions because anywhere in the northern United States that's not in the mountains has too much humidity, and so then the fungus infection will continue. And it's a needle cast infection. I will put the proper name on screen. I don't ever pronounce them right, so I'll just put it on screen. The front of this border has lilacs and a backdrop in between the ditch and that spruce line. And I'll put some video in here showing how beautiful it looked in the spring when it was blooming. Lilacs are deer resistant and will grow in almost any soil. This is a Moonglow Juniper, one of my newest trees, and I absolutely love it for the light blue foliage. And this is deer resistant, which is going to be perfect for my zone, and it also likes sandy soil, which I have a lot of. Of all the trees on my property, these emerald green Arborvitaes get the most attention. They really create a wow factor for anybody entering the property, and I've designed them to look like pillars. The emerald green Arborvitae is really nice. You do not need to prune it. I did not prune the sides of this tree at all. What I did do is have my husband nip the tops, and the only reason we nip just the tops is to let them fill out fuller in the bottom. These are at their full height. They've been planted about 13 years ago. They don't get taller than this. They just keep kind of reaching inch by inch, but they're not going to get much taller. They are at their full height. Unlike a lot of the cemetery trees, which is my aunt calls them cemetery trees, which is an American Arborvitae, which gets much taller than this. So my number one pick is probably going to be the emerald green Arborvitae for ease of use. You don't have to do all the pruning like you do on some of the other hedges, and it really gives a great impact. This is a Rocket Juniper. It is my solution to not being able to grow Italian cypress in my zone. That's really a nice plant. It's really a nice shrub, and I've got it flanking each side of the deck. So hopefully it'll fill in and look wonderful. This is just a fun shrub. I love the way this shrub looks. These are Hicks Yews, and I'm not 100% certain they're going to make it in my zone, so I only bought 2 of them. I'm doing some propagation, and I'm going to put it in the ground and see if it will winter for me. And they will get these cute little red berries on them, which are toxic for humans. I mean, the whole plant is toxic, so you wouldn't want to ingest it. But I like the way that it looks. Again, I cannot grow holly in my zone, so this is a good alternative for that. So now that you've seen some great options for beautiful landscape trees, let me know in the comments, which one is your favorite? Is it these majestic white pines? Is it the Rocket Juniper? Is it the Hicks Yew with its cute little foliage and berries? Is it the majestic emerald green Arborvitae, which is one of my favorites? Is it the super fast growing Cheyenne privet? Is it the high bush cranberry with the beautiful berries and 4 seasons of interest? Is it the wintergreen boxwood with its beautiful waxy foliage? Is it the lilacs with its early spring interest and beautiful fragrant flowers? Is it this beautiful moonbeam juniper with its bluish white foliage? Great for a moon garden. If this video is helpful, give us a thumbs up so YouTube knows to share this content with others. Also consider subscribing so you don't miss any of our other great videos. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.